Hey guys, Sarah from Ryan's Outdoor, and in today's video I have a little Creekside tackle warehouse unboxing video. And I've not done a tackle warehouse unboxing in kind of a while, and there's one main reason for that, and that's because the tackle warehouse has not had a sale in a while because of the coronavirus, and I guess they've been like understaffed, and you know, during sales they probably get like a ton of orders, so I think they just couldn't do sales for a while. But they did have their Labor Day sale this year, so I decided to take advantage of it. It was 15% off. Pretty much everything in stock. Everything I got was 15% off. So basically I'm just going to be unboxing what I got during the Labor Day sale here today. And I'm going to unbox the lures a little closer up so y'all can actually see what I got a little bit better. But basically I spent $61 I believe in this order. Let's see. Yep, $61.64 as you can see right there. So not a ton of money, but a decent little order. And anyway, first off, I'll take off first thing in the box right here, which are these little 2-inch Kitech Easy Shiner swim baits. Now I did a video on these a little while ago doing some creek fishing, and they worked super well. I actually used the white ones in that video. I got 2 in this Sight Flash color, which is basically the white, and then I got 2 in the green pumpkin chartreuse color. But basically these things worked super well fishing a creek for sunfish, and that creek mainly just had sunfish, so I didn't catch any bass that day, but I'm sure these little swim baits would be able to catch some little bass too out of creeks and stuff like that. And then next, I got some Zoom Magnum finesse worms. If you have been following along with the channel, you know this is my favorite wacky rig bait. It's caught me a ton of fish in the past. And the wacky worm hook I like to use with those are these little trail car wacky worm hooks. I just got these in this size 1, which is probably not the most ideal. I feel like a size 1/0 is probably better. But since these come in an 8-pack and the size 1/0 come in a 7-pack, I thought it was just a better deal, so I decided to get the size 1 right there. And then the next thing I got is something new I've never tried out before, which are these little Rains 2.5-inch ring craws. They're like the mini ring craws. They're a really small, really finesse little crawfish lure. I thought they would work well. I mean, I've been using the Yum Craw Poppy a lot, which is 2.75 inches. And I was trying to look for like the smallest craws possible in Tackle Warehouse, and I think these are the smallest ones. I don't think any craws got less than 2.5 inches, so I'm excited to try these out in doing some creek fishing. And then next I got some more downsized lures. These are the Yum 4-inch lizards, which are pretty small. You know, usually lizards are at least like 6 inches or 7 inches, something like that. So these are a nice little finesse size that I think should work pretty well for creek fishing, just on like a smaller Texas rig. And then another bait I got for a small Texas rig are these little Zoom tiny brush hogs, which I've actually used before. I think I've only caught 1 fish on them, but I had them in the watermelon seed color already, which I didn't really like that color that much, so I decided to pick up a pack in green pumpkin, and I think I'll give them another shot. Next I got some of these lifted jigs, weedless Ned rig heads. I love these things. I hate fishing jig heads off the bottom that have exposed hooks, so that kind of solves this problem. It makes fishing lures on the Ned rig like weedless like this. I typically use this with like the Yum Craw Poppy or just any other small craw, but of course it works with little like typical Ned rig baits like the TRD and stuff like that. And the next thing I got was something new from Z-Man this year, and these are the Z-Man Finesse Eyes, just like a little swim bait jig head. They were actually $6 a pack. I mean, I got them for like $5 because it was 15% off, but it's a little bit pricey at $2 a jig head. But I thought they looked really good, and since they were new, I just wanted to try them out at least one time. I don't know if I'll be using them again just because of how expensive they are, or I don't know if I'll be buying them again because of how expensive they are, but those should work really well with these little swim baits right here. These are the Z-Man Slim Swims, which I've used before. I had one really good day of fishing with these things with John from Creek Fishing Adventures. Well, it wasn't a really good day of fishing. It was kind of a weird day of fishing. We didn't catch a ton of fish, but this was like the only lure I caught fish on that day. And I did catch a 2.5 pound spotted bass on this, so definitely not a bad little swim bait right there. And then the last thing in the box is probably what I'm most excited for. This is the Z-Man Baby Goat. It's another new product by Z-Man this year, and it's basically just like a little twin tail grub. I think I'm gonna take one out of the package. Haven't opened these things up yet. Oh my gosh, the whole package just got messed up right there, but let's see. Basically, it's just a little like kind of crawfish lure or like twin tail grub with these little appendages on it that I think will have really great kicking action on the fall. And I love little crawfish lures that have kicking action on the fall because you just don't have to do anything and fish will often just hit it like while it's falling to the bottom. So I think this will be a great lure. They only had, these actually were supposed to come out in December I think, but for whatever reason the baby goat was available in September in like 2 colors. So I got it in the 2 colors that were available, which were the deal, which is this color, it's kind of green pumpkin and bluish there. And then I also got a pack in watermelon red, which is not a bad color. So I'm definitely excited to try these out. I'm sure they'll be on a new video on the channel fairly soon because they're probably the lure that I'm going to use first out of this box. But anyway, that's everything I got from Tackle Warehouse. And I also have some lures that I got for my birthday last week, so I think I'm going to show those too. Alright, so here is the bag of lures I got for my birthday. Actually, half these lures were from my mom and half of them were from my little brother. I might divide them up. I'll show you what I got from my little brother. Alright, so this is the stuff I got from my little brother. A couple of things I really like and are 2 lures that I've used a ton in my videos. And that are these little trout magnet products. We've got the original trout magnet right here and the trout magnet trout slayer. And he picked actually my favorite color in the trout slayer, so that's kind of nice. I do already kind of have these lures, but I use them a ton and you know, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of extra. And then the next lures that he got me were these little beetle spins, which I definitely think I should do a video on, because I think they're like the cheapest lure Walmart has, and it'd just be interesting to see like, you know, how good these beetle spins are. I've used some beetle spins in the past, like I feel like I've caught a few fish on them, but I haven't used them in forever, so maybe I'll have to do a video on these and just, you know, testing out like the cheapest lure Walmart has. And then the last couple of things he got me were these little gulp, like 1-inch night crawler things, which definitely look like they should work pretty well. I'm honestly not a super big fan of the gulp, like scent and everything, but I still think it'd be fun to do a video on these, and I'm sure they work really well. And then lastly, he got me a little Joe's flies, which I actually used these Joe's flies in a video like a month ago or so for the first time, and they worked pretty well. They caught me a bunch of little bluegill and a perch and a bunch of little panfish. Alright, and next we got the lures that I got from my mom for my birthday. My mom doesn't really know much about fishing, but she said she researched, or she like did some research to try to find out some good lures. So first we got this little Rebel jointed minnow, and I say little, but this is a pretty big bait. It's probably like 5 inches. But this should be pretty good just for like bass fishing on a big lake or whatever. I'm sure, you know, it should definitely catch some fish, and it's definitely like a classic lure that's been around forever. And then next, she got me some trout worms, which I really want to try out. I'm definitely going to be doing some more trout fishing this winter because I'm living up in the mountains, and I think bass fishing is going to get pretty hard here soon once the weather gets colder, but trout fishing should get better in that cold weather. So definitely gonna have to try these out, targeting some trout. And then she also got me this little spoon. Honestly, don't use spoons too much, but might have to give it a shot. And then lastly, she got me some Rapalas, which are pretty nice. The first one right here is huge. This is just a Rapala original floater, but it's 5 1/4 inches. This is a pretty big bait. She said there's no little ones left, so she just got me the bigger one, but I mean, that definitely could work, definitely could catch some fish. It's just gonna have to be a pretty big fish that eats that lure. And she also got me 2 smaller original floaters. This one is like a perfect size. It's the F9, it's 3 1/2 inches. It should be a perfect size for just fish, pond fishing for bass or even creek fishing for bass. It's a nice little lure. And then she also got me the F3 size, which is 1.5 inches. This is a great little lure. I'm sure it'll be great for like panfish and even trout too. And lastly, she got me a little jointed shad rap. So this lure is just a nice little jointed crankbait. I really love these Rapala lures. I don't use hard baits a ton. Like I kind of prefer soft plastics, but when I use hard baits, I really like Rapalas, and they've caught me a ton of fish in the past. Alright y'all, well, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. But I'll catch y'all on that next video. Thanks for watching.